Hello, 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 hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I'm Hanya, your Damas cinephile. And we're back from Vampire the Masquerade, Shadow of New York. I think we're getting close to the end of the game. Which would be nice. It would be nice when we start one of the new ones, or focus on something else. I don't know. I'm loving the game, but it's also getting a little bit tired. It's getting on a little too long. Then it's just me and my horrible scheduling on how I plan these things out. I messed up with the screen a little bit on the vertical side. There we go. Hope everyone had a great day today. I unfortunately didn't get that much done as I wanted to today. Mostly because last night I was just super tired. I couldn't go to sleep, but every time I decided to stay up, I'm falling back asleep. I was watching Witchboard on Shudder, like for the first time, and it was really good. And not a spectacular watch through. Like, I wasn't really sure what I was expecting it to be, but I thought it was really cool. I thought it was interesting. It's very standard possession, ghost, Ouija board kind of movie. Which, if it was made today, it would be like super generic. But I don't know, maybe because it came out back in, I think it's 86. It feels kind of fresh. It felt kind of fresh, felt kind of new. Which I'm not sure if it was fresh or new back when it first came out. I'm gonna assume it kind of was. But yeah, that was a really good watch. And apparently there's sequels. I'm not sure where the sequels are. I might give those a watch sometime too. I tried to watch a couple other things on Shudder too, because I woke after when I finally got up. I went up for tried to do some work, tried to work out a little bit. My stomach was hurting, so I couldn't really finish it up. Then me and Coco went to lay down for a little bit, and I mean, it was supposed to be to like watch a movie or two, and then I would get up and start editing. Apparently I was just really tired because I was knocked out. I was knocked out. I didn't finish anything. I did get some writing done. Not a lot of words on the page, but no. I liked what I got done so far. It was good little, not really world building, but character building. Trying to flex out my descriptions. Because I'll be honest, that's probably my weaknesses. One of my biggest weaknesses as a writer, at least that's how I feel about it. My description. So I went kind of a little bit more than on this little location. Not a whole lot, but just enough to give the reader an image of it. And I think it was good. I didn't get to finish the rest of it, so I might try to send that tonight or tomorrow, because I want to get this. I did record a review for Spider-Man The Odyssey, and that I was supposed to finish that today, so I might not just release it on Tuesday. I probably could if I have just heavy focus on it, I probably could just get it out by tomorrow. Because I just want to cut out the dead space and overlap some gameplay and footage on top of it. Kind of like how I did with Evil Dead ranking, which, to be honest, is probably how I do a lot of videos now. And see how that works out for the channel. Because, I'm going to be honest, the channel is kind of dead. I'm not blaming you guys or anybody else. It's probably more my fault. And the algorithm fault. But I'm having fun doing this, so I'll also be here for a while. But let's start the game. For me, it always starts with an image. Back to this creepy place. An image which might be vaguely eerie or interesting, but usually not an image that would provoke particularly strong feelings by itself. Usually, it hides a mystery. That much is correct. But that mystery doesn't exist without a text, or more specifically, a context. Context is everything. Context is key. One way or another, you need to process what you're looking at. Maybe that context will be something you've heard of or overheard. Maybe, although it's quite rare and pretty special, it will be your very own creative, captivating, complete interpretation. A ghost of an idea. Is this a half-forgotten memory of something unspeakably beautiful I will never, ever see again? Just a scene from a movie, a fragment of a music video, an animation. Or maybe this really is the last thing Callahan ever saw in his unlife. Warm sunbeams caressing his skin and turning it to ash. A giant ball of fire engulfing his body in flame from 93 million miles away. Was he terrified? Was he grateful? There's no will, no suicide note, no nothing. Instead, we can only count on what the local historians will write, presumably letting their biases shape the narrative one way or another. What am I looking at here? A horrible, laughable hall of mirrors? A creep who I never ever want to see again? A vampire much more despicable than myself? We really did beat a man to a bloody pulp. To be fair, he did kind of deserve it. He was a monster, but I'm not sure you want to call Dakota a vamp. It's creepy, but still, it's, Or maybe someone who loved taking care of me and deserved to be cared for in return. Funny thing, whenever I was high as a kite, mentally lost in dimensions parallel to ours, she was my anchor. Our shared history, my feelings for her were an anchor. Matthew McConaughey returning to his estranged daughter from the other side of the cosmos, from beyond the event horizon, guided by nothing but love. Then, whenever I got back to planet Earth for a week or two, I was haunted by a memory of that affection. I was the best possible version of myself toward her. But that haunting always refused to transfigure into something real. What gradually took its place were angry, disappointed thoughts, and among them, one thought that I was always trying to suppress. I need someone who knows how to raise me up spiritually, but all I have is a sycophant who's always working her ass off to lift me up without understanding what I need. It's hurting us both. Having these words pop up in my head hurt me because they had a ring of truth to them, but also because I knew there must be another narrative, a better narrative. I was just too stupid to find it. Story of my life, story of my unlife. I still have no idea what I think about this city. I had the best city in the world phase. I had just a playground for a wealthy fucktards phase. Now I'm in search of a better description. One day, probably, I will stumble upon like a piece of writing or a prestigious TV show scene that will contain just that, and suddenly I will look at this place with a new eyes. Or maybe I won't. It's like the frustrations I had back at Lodestar. All these words constantly trailing behind reality, trapping you in useless mindsets instead of bringing enlightenment. Fuck all those flashy writers whose main concern is furthering their own brand. Douchebags who present you with limited, pathetic, depressing realities where they are kings. Fuck them to hell. We need words that will paint a brighter future before our eyes. But what if that can't be done without reinterpreting the past first? What if we haven't been defined the ills and threats correctly? Once again, my thoughts returned to the same visual that had been tormenting me for almost every waking moment of this past week. A senseless demise, devoid of any context, a crime scene stripped of evidence, an image created by an unknown artist designed to leave you dumbfounded. The investigation is over. All the possible avenues explored, all the non-testimonies are in, no correct evidence found, no concrete evidence found. The play is almost complete. The actors ready to leave the stage. It is what it is. I failed as a detective, maybe though no fault of my own, but again, it is what it is. This case, this scene, this picture never needed an investigator. From what I understand, all the people in charge ever wanted was a talented writer. Damn. We were used from the beginning. We were fucking nothing to these assholes. What if? A ghost of an idea. When I wake up, Dakota is still not here. I don't know how to feel about that, so I just don't. Kodar hasn't left any messages by the door. Still that mad, huh? He will probably appeal to the court to take me off the case, and if half of the garbage Kaiser was spouting is correct, he shouldn't have much trouble convincing everyone. I look in the mirror and stare at my warped non-reflection. This place is upsetting. You need to change the scenery, girl. The depressing streets of a lockdown New York City will do. I think of God. Maybe that's why I have consciously picked the cathedral as my destination. I think of the silver cross adoring my chest, empty signifier whenever someone asks me why I wear it, they hear a different story. I think of these silhouettes that I keep spotting from the corner of my eyes. No, I don't even want to imagine what that means. I feel what it means, and it makes me nauseous enough. I think of my clan, so closely tied to the Catholic Church. It's a loveless marriage, so to speak. Like, for example, the one between my parents. I think about the great irony of the La Sombra's truce with the Holy See. We are the only ones who stay so close to the lower's light, even though we are certain we will never ever reach it. Some of us, shadows, have visions. Visions of comrades who departed this world recently, traveling through some abstract space, one that's disturbingly and astonishingly in equal measures. They almost reach whatever afterlife there is for our kind, but then get caught and consumed by a dark, monstrous silhouette. The rumor is our antediluvian wasn't stopped by his final death. He is still out there, behind the shadows, taking revenge for our patricide, feeding on us like Saturn devouring his children. What is that word? Antediluvians. The forebearers of every kindred belonging to the 13 vampire clans. These vicious bastards are the third generation credit the world as we know it. And some features of our blood are said to have originated with them. Thanks for cutting me out of the internet, you Mesopotamian dickweed. Is what I say if I didn't have a premonition we might see each other again. Someday. Somehow. Alright, so they're like not the original vampires, but like the third or second brood. As Dakota would say, it might not be factual, but it is an emotional truth. From joining the Carmelia to panically scrambling for any safe house. It is like our elders are solely motivated by fear. The sins of our fathers are catching up with them. And as young kindred like me who are given responsibility to clean up their mess with a constant sense of doom looming over the horizon. We don't talk about salvation anymore. We're just minimizing the impact of damnation. Oh, that's a good line. That's no way to live. But then again, maybe that's why they call it unlife. Shit, it's Benet. Hello there, lost sheep. I have you know, the shepherd was extraordinarily patient and waiting for you. What are you doing here while the night is so young? Out for blood? Well, you're in luck. This place offers both the body and the blood. If the missionaries learn their methods from pickup artists, they will all be like this guy. I'm not in the mood. You sorry ass bum. Step the fuck away from me or you're gonna be sorry. Oh my, something troubling you? If so, I can arrange a confession. Or, if you're in a hurry, keep in mind, the path from inner turmoil begins with a friendly ear, and I have got one right here. Kula Jibana Toja. You want me to fuck you up? Don't you? Don't you? Julia, as you should know by now, I always interpret this kind of response to preaching the divine as the devil stirring inside. Is that what it is, Julia? The liar and the father of lies got a hold of your soul? If so, give me a single, even the smallest one. I'll do my best to spot it. Something swells up inside my chest. I recognize the feeling. The handbrake just broke and I am definitely not on level ground. Fuck. Here we go. Listen, I've had enough. Alright? Enough. Enough of your sanctimonium attitude. Enough of your brazen lack of basic empathy. Enough of your dumb, ugly fucking mug. You're a fucking singularity of stupidity, talentless and cringe. I met all sorts of horrible shitheads and asshats this week, and somehow none of them got under my skin the way you do, you motherfucker. Like a goddamn Jehovah's Witness going from door to door, except you're always knocking on my fucking skull going, hey, do you know God exists? Have you heard that God exists? Like, hold on right there. When did I ever say that God exists? What? Wait, he's not a believer? What? I said that what makes you think I believe God exists? Oh, now you're just fucking with me. No, I'm serious. Well, he sounds serious at least. I'm actually speechless. I think there's been some sort of silly misunderstanding that desperately needs to be cleared up. I'm all ears. Sure, I sure hope so, Julia. I feel like you must have ignored half of what I've been saying for you to reach these conclusions. That's very well possible. Actually, it usually takes 15 seconds of him talking to get me completely zoned out. So to avoid any further mix-ups, I will go back to the beginning and explain the core of my religious beliefs, okay? So, I love the Catholic imagery. I cherish the tradition and lore. I adore the practices, the intricacies, and the theology, the messages contained in the Bible. Of course I do. Does that mean I believe that one day I will see the big dad in the sky? Forgive me, Lord, but I don't think so. Doesn't sound very likely, especially for a bloodthirsty creature of the night. So, what's this about? Fun imagery? That's overly simplified, but yes, I suppose you could say that. So, he's just a poser. Like most religious. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Motherfucker, you ain't Catholic? You're just a weirdo cosplayer? Says a non-practitioner who still wears a cross. Yeah, but I don't shove it down people's throats for fun in my spare time. I'm simply trying to share the joys of religion that has brought me to my own life and their others. What joys? Oh, where to start? When there are so many. The joy of having plainly understandable rules to follow. The joy of having a structure to your life. The joy of always knowing where to find people who share your values. Above all, it's the joys of being an aristocracy. Aristocracy. Surrounding oneself with exquisite, luxurious architecture, beautiful classical music, ornate rituals formulating our actions and relationships. A pursuit of virtue separating you from the masses, the hierarchies, the communities, all serving an idea greater than themselves, is like monarchy or some camarilla traditions, but not as Gochi. So that's what it was? You saw pretty paintings and buildings and thought, hell yeah, I want in? And then you just decided what they mean to you? No, don't get me wrong, it's real faith that brought me to the fold, but eventually I whittled down to this religion to its core, to what interests me. Unbelievable. But don't think for a second I wasn't empathetic when I was trying to convert you. You are the embodiment of existential despair surrounding us. The one that people usually try to drown out with drugs, sex, work, Netflix. Pick your poison, all of them temporary corpses. Empty yourself. Kill your ego, get a routine, join a community, ground your morality in something tangible, start perceiving yourself as part of something greater. But all of his good advice by itself, codified it in appealing, otherworldly aesthetics, one that keeps the beast at bay, when you're almost fitting into the ways that you are. Was there to hate? Unbelievable. You're a goddamn lunatic. Well, in the first game, or the one before this one, he was actually a believer. And we know that vampires, well, isn't technically the crosses and the architecture that hurts them. It is the faith and pure goodness, at least from the priest. So God does exist, or at least a version of God does exist. I'm confused, but it makes kind of sense for this character. He looks up to the sky. Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Stop that. Your entire ideology is just aesthetics. You fucking loon. And how exactly do I differ from anyone else nowadays in this regard? Stop arguing semantics. No, you stop. Just look at yourself, a privileged burnout who refuses to invest herself in anything. Only started committing to anything when for once in your life, you are forced into a politically charged, dangerous task. Once it's over, you'll be back to being an aimless brat. Desire to murder increases. Ever since World War II, I've been watching every person and every idea I cared about wither in despair. That's the source of my pain. That's the reason I am what I am. The source of your pain? A thing that defines you? People have been mean to you? Fuck off. People in third world countries keep their heads high while suffering from every sort of horror, but you have a complete mental breakdown every time you remember you have mommy issues? Wow. Classy. Oh, don't act like you have the high ground here, you oblivious sadist. All I'm saying is everyone has a different framework, a different lens of view they're suffering through. Yes. There's one thing abandoning your humanity should have shown you is that kind frameworks are not enough. Petty vignettes, Childish romances, pointless power struggles, the dumb gamble that chasing a successful career, mommy and daddy issues, sure, why not? Pain and pleasure dictate everything. Everyone wants something bigger than this. They want to escape from this drudgery. They want psychedelia, but permanent. They want to stare at God's face even if he does not exist. And you can show them how. Except the cross you're wearing is in your heart, Julia. Was that a compliment? Accept it. Creepy fucker. Just accept it. Alright, there will be enough, Benet. The mood changes in an instant. The sight of Father Leonard takes us both aback. Father, what are you doing here so early? You two are arguing so loudly I had to come out and check. Even if, with all the panic on TV these days, simply walking outside feels like marching into a war zone. Yeah, I'm sorry. You should be. I was willing to turn a blind eye to your quirks because I believe you have heart in the right place, mostly, but I'm very disappointed in the way you approach folks in need. Right now, Benet Seagull is displaying all the confidence of a scolded teacher's favorite. But I was trying to guide her, to set her on the right path. I know, Benet. I know. That's the problem. The sarcasticity is open. Please head there right now. You need to have a long talk. Get me some coffee if you wish. But, Benet. He slowly slinks away, defeated, deflated, debased. I burn the moment into my retinas, etched it on my soul, kind of hoping I'll never have to see him again, and this is how I'll remember him. Father Leonard watches him closely until he disappears from sight, then turns to me. I feel sorry for him. I keep hoping he might find some basic empathy through faith, but all I have done thus far is let him leave you at the end of your tether. Yeah, that's some faith he has. Are you okay? With all the bullshit he's spouting? Huh? I don't exactly support it, but I don't reject it. It's like iteration and contradiction. Imperfect and perfect repentances. You know, one is focused on a relationship with God, the other selfish and focused on personal gain. Both of them work. Yeah, but doesn't this strike you as completely missing the point? A bit. But purely secular takes on Christ's teachings are nothing new. Pascal's wager is a boring example, but have you by chance read Bulgako's The Master and the Margarita? Sure. Back in Poland, every teen trying to look intellectual online loved to repeat that joke about the talking cat who swears he's never poured vodka for a lady because women deserve pure alcohol. I never heard about that. That's one takeaway from that novel, I suppose. I read it as a moving deception of Christ, who's not a divine being stripped of mythic qualities, but open for transcendence. Jesus and Satan are stood as powerful forces battling within us. We'll have to read it again. It's been too long. Sounds nice, though. I stretch lazily and take out another smoke. Leonard watches me closely before speaking up again. Julia. 4 hours from now, there is going to be a meeting in the Elysium. The big finale of Celebration of Power. Everyone will be there, but they were counting on you to not show up. The good sheriff plans to present the results of the investigation in your stead. It's a simple, crude strategy. Might work, but begs to be countered with an outrageous tactic. Take it as you will. The game is about to end. Momentarily, I left dumbfounded. All I can muster is an eloquent Eh? Alright, so we are in the final stages of the game. Don't ask me, I'm just a messenger. Who relayed this message to you then? A good friend. A cautious friend who wouldn't be able to tell you more than that even if you forced me to. Well, shit. Who is it? Tamaka? The Nosferatu? Definitely not Hope. This is a moment that might decide the rest of my days. What will you do in my place, Father? When I was faced with a dilemma that would shape the rest of my life, the world felt too big and scary and impossible to understand, so I simply escaped from that choice into the seminary. Yeah, if that's your idea of good advice, I'm gonna have to ask you to shove it. I would expect nothing less. Don't you regret it? Regret what? You're kinda shady, but don't seem like a bad guy. Still, you have to accept the people above you are responsible for some horrible things. If our superiors acts count as our own sins, then on the face of it, probably half the people in this world are irredeemable. Clever, but not a real answer. And being a low-level grunt for assholes who find wholly objectionable is no way to live. I don't know. Is it? I finished the smoke in silence. I have to go. Don't know if and when we'll see each other again, but when that happens, I probably won't be the same old me. Of course. But before I leave to Skull Bano, let me say one more thing. Yeah? These are difficult times. My parishioners keep calling me. The things people are going through, they might never admit, but if this keeps up, it will cause horrifying, invisible damages to this nation. Hello, Victoria. How you doing? I'm doing good. Then nothing but a lazy day today. I finally got to saw. I said this at the beginning of the stream. I finally watched Witchboard. I think there's a horror film from '86. I haven't been watching movies. No, you gotta correct that. I gotta watch at least one movie a day, or 2 movies a week. I need to crack back down on that. I need to finish up my rewatches of the Universal horror classics. I was doing strong on that a couple months ago, then I just kind of stopped. I would love to do that. It's good. They're great. The last one I was supposed to watch, which one? Werewolf by London, I think it's called. One of the few I haven't seen. I might do that tomorrow. My neck is killing me. American Werewolf in London. No, it's not that one. That's still one I need to watch. I started watching it like a while ago and just never finished it. Where's my case? I have the movies right here. It is... Oh god, they're about to fall out. Werewolf of London from 1935. Yeah, it's one of the few Universal classics I have not watched. I didn't even know it was a Universal movie. But yeah, I need to watch that. I saw Witchblade on that. That's Witchblade. Well, not Witchblade. Witchboard. That's on Shudder. That one was really good. Kind of generic by today's standards, but it's kind of, I guess it was kind of fresh when it came out back then. It's like a generic Ouija board horror movie, but it was actually pretty well good. A dreadful darkness is killing us all. Little by little, and like every powerful evil, it manifests itself little by little. And yet, sinful as it may be, I confess to being strangely excited For a moment, we're seeing this suffering, normal disappear. This is the time to dream a new world is possible. Walk these empty streets, Julia. Remember how the city feels right now. Bask in its shadow and uncertainties. After the apocalypse comes the great rebirth. Yeah, and the great rebirth after COVID was more the same, just very, very horrible. The Amici Nocitis? The Amici Nocitis? Await your next report with great curiosity. I give him a nod and sprint away. Now I know what I must do. Did I get one more choice in this? Hey, Moon, my lone constant companion. When I moved here for good from you, you know, the old country, you were the only close friend who kept me company. Never felt in the right place back there. Never felt in the right place here. Especially now, when I'm not quite alive, but not quite dead. Not the Salvic, not the American. But maybe it's about time I finally carve out some space for myself. It's been a long road, hasn't it? Wish me luck. All right, we're getting to the end. I catched him in front of the art hole because, of course, he had to be the first person I met there. No way. No, no, no. I'm gonna be laughing stock of the entire city if I don't show up for the resolution of my own investigation. How about you demonstrate a modicum of curiosity? Oh, honey, do you want to watch the VHS Year trilogy? Oh, wait, which ones are you talking about? What were they again? 94, 85, and I forgot the other one. Sure, it doesn't exist in my country. Don't know who I could mock this off of. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Maybe there's a loophole because Shudder is included with AMC Plus, but 94, 85, 99. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, those ones are really good. I think I want to say 94 is probably my favorite one. I don't think I like 85 that much, but yeah, those ones are really good. I know they were. AMC doesn't insist in HD. No, that's horrible. I love AMC Plus. It's probably my favorite streaming service, right next to Tubi. At least when it comes to horror movies, they're the second best. Watch it on Discord, maybe. Maybe I need to get my Discord fixed. I stopped using it, but especially when they started doing the whole age the age check thing. I'm not sure they're doing that in the U.S., but I don't want I don't want my stuff accidentally leaked on Discord. But maybe that actually sounds pretty fun. I know some of those. I know a lot of AMC stuff gets put on to Tubi, Hulu, and Netflix. You just gotta watch out for it. Because I know those. Because I know those VHS's films were on Tubi for a while. I don't think they're on there anymore now, except the original trilogy. Or just the original too, if you don't want to mention Viral. I think Viral is the only bad VHS film. Courtesy. Girl, I should put you on trial. I can't guarantee I eventually won't. You mess with Kaiser, the eminence, grist of the city. Beating him to a pulp like a random goon. He will do everything he can to destroy you from now on, and my bet is he'll succeed. I would love to get the Criterion channel, but it's not available here. The original VHS movies is available on YouTube. Okay. I know YouTube does do free movies here and there, but I rarely watch them on free movie. Watch them I barely watch free movies on YouTube. The last time I tried to do that is a couple months ago when I watched the Silent Hill Revelation. Oh, it's not free. It's ripped. All right. If you got, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. But no, it's funny because I watched Silent Hill Revelation because I wanted to just check it out, see how good or bad it was. And the version on YouTube was censored. And I like a cool creative censor, just like a big blur block over the gore. It's like, no, I'm gonna find this somewhere else to watch it. If the movie is gonna be trash, I can at least see the gore. Yeah, it was horrible. But the movie was horrible, but the gore somewhat saved it, so I'm glad I watched it on Tubi. Yeah, it's still kind of funny how you can find ripped movies on YouTube, and they just stay there perfectly. But if I add too much of a clip of a trailer in one of my videos, I get these little contact bar like, warning, if you ever monetize your channel, something bad could happen to your content. It's so funny because I did this ranking of the Evil Dead franchise for my YouTube, and each time I kept going back to just like, nope, we don't like this. Nope, we don't like this. I had to edit it like 4 or 5 times and just add a bunch of footage of me playing Hades between the images. Japanese movies from the 2000 to 2010 stay there too. Multiple movies. Really? I need to do some looking then, because I did not know about that. Because what's the one movie I'm trying to think about? Was it Shudder I watched on YouTube? Not Shudder. No, the movie Shudder. I can't remember. Huh. Been a while since I just watched a ripped movie on YouTube. Okay, I need to do a deep dive. Thanks for the information. The last time I watched, actually no, it was last year. I watched what's it called again? I watched Bram Stoker's Legend of the Mummy, which is based off his short story, The Jewel of the Seven Stars. Because I had that movie growing up. I had it on VHS. Any of the VHS players I have aren't plugged in now. So I was looking for it. There was a version on Tubi. Didn't find it. Bram is stroking it. Bram is stroking. He probably was. But no, he did. There was one called Bram Stoker Legend of Mummy. There is a version of it on Tubi, but I found a version of it on YouTube, the full movie and everything. But at random points throughout the movie, it had, I think it was a sex scene. I think it probably was from a porn or like a very edgy movie. And they were playing at random parts of the film, blurred and grayed out, but just blurred out enough so you can make out the actions of those scenes. As like, this isn't the movie I watched as a child. This isn't the real film. And it's crazy how the random nudity that you can find on a YouTube video, but if it's like just a generic video, YouTube goes all crazy. If you want an old noir gangster movies, go Full Moon. Oh, a Full Moon movie? Oh, yeah. No, girl, I love Full Moon. I used to watch a whole bunch of the movies growing up. Because of the horror, not for any other reasons. It's so cool. The name of the channel is Full Moon Manti. All right. I thought it was Full Moon Pictures, but I also watch it though. God, it's so cool. The Full Moon is apparently having a deal with Blumhouse to do a whole new Puppet Master series, which I love Puppet Master growing up. That's actually really cool. It's Blumhouse though, so it's going to be a 50-50 if it's really good or just mediocre. All right, got the show. Full Moon Matinee is a television program that premiered August 25th. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right, I'll check that out. I'll check that out soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What did Julia say again? Whatever will be, will be. For now, I'm at the very least, I like to show the court I'm not a baby fledgling who can't see a task she was given to the end. Well, you still are a baby fledgling. You're only like a few months old in vampire years. You're making a huge mistake. How do you even learn this meeting is happening in the first place? Maybe I'm not as trash as investigator as you thought I was. I never said. But you're showing it. Oh, don't talk to Kodar like that. I mean, he's kind of an a-hole, but I love him. That's not a fair assessment. I wanted to finish this whole mess myself, for your own good. It would be nice if you asked what I think next time. I'm actually pissed off you tried to pull this off without me, but I'm not letting it show, counting on me being able to guilt trip him into submission. His deep sigh of resignation proves that my tactic was successful. Honestly, Blumhouse tends to make the most safe, mediocre, and over-advertised movies. They really do. They really do, which sucks, because they're like not the best name in horror. That would be it. But like, they have such good brand recognition. It's just their brand recognition is generic and like what you just said, say they're safe horror. It's like, oh, here's something that's going to be entertaining, but it's not really going to shock you or horrify you or disturb you or anything like that. I'll be fair. Their first Halloween movie was pretty good. I'm trying to think about the last good Blumhouse movie I saw. The last good Blumhouse movie was Obsession, but they didn't. But they didn't make the movie. They just acquired it. God, I fucking hate The Conjuring. It's dozens of sequels and spin-offs. Fuck you, Annabelle, the movie. No shade to the haunted doll. I am mixed. I am very mixed on the Conjuring universe. Ignoring the a-holes that the Warrens were in reality, I say the first two Conjuring movies are pretty good. The first Annabelle movie is god awful. The second movie, pretty good. The third movie, not bad. It's just a fun Halloween ride. The Nun Part 1 is the best. The less said about that, the better. The Nun Part 2, not good, but I didn't hate myself for watching it. Conjuring 3, god awful, burning in a pit of fire. Conjuring 4, the horror sucked, but the family drama part was actually pretty good. Which sucks because the real Warren family in real life were complete monsters. The Conjuring came out when I was in high school. Do you have any idea how many times I hear falling in love with you over and over again? Yeah, what are you Conjuring? Conjuring Part 1 came out in, god damn, 2013. Yeah, I was in high school too. That's the last year of high school. Ugh, and the feeling of oldness just crept over my skin. I mean, I guess there's worse horror films for a generation to grow up over. But then again, I like movies. I like it to actually kind of scare you, to frighten you. Cause it was a couple weeks ago, me and Mama Hanyo, we went to see the new Evil Dead, and I liked it. I like all the Evil Dead movies, but we were walking out. She's like, "You actually like that?" And it's like, "Yes, I want a scary movie. I want it to scare me, to terrify me. I want a film to make me uncomfortable." Teen Suicide Squad, which happened to be, oh no. Teens, wait, is that the Japanese movie? I thought, 1 second. Teen, the one with Jared Leto. Oh God. Oh, that. Okay, the Suicide Squad movie. Yes, okay, okay, I know what you're talking about now. I thought you meant like Suicide Club. Yeah, I saw that a couple years ago. That wasn't just. I'm not sure about the movie, but yeah, the original Suicide Squad. That movie was was a joke. I mean, there's some good moments in it, but I didn't really like it at all. Jared Leto's Joker. Oh God. The fun thing is that I can see what I can remember saying the director wanted to do for that version of the Joker. Focus more on like the gangster side of it. But why had to be Jared Leto? Like, he is so horrible. So funny too, because I think that same year was the year after that, I was driving around with these friends, and they were gushing over Jared Leto. We're in college. We're not. No, I was a little older than them, but we were like college age. They're like, "We're sorry, Hanyo." We're like, no, it's fine. You like what you like. I don't understand it. Jared Leto is just a weird person. Now let me allow that to go through. Yeah, especially with the allegations. Well, I'm saying allegations now because we don't know if they're true, but I'm going to assume they're more likely true. I haven't really looked into it that much. I say the only really good thing he's ever done, and that'd be the Masters of the Universe, the one that came out earlier this year. And he only did like the voiceover. I don't think he actually was in the suit tracker or whatever. So, yeah, if an awful person, if those things are true, may he get thrown down a dark tunnel. But knowing how the world works, he probably won't. Requiem for a Dream. That is still one I have never watched. I keep putting it on the list and I keep ignoring it. What's the other thing I'm talking about? I can't think of anything right now. But yeah, Requiem for a Dream, that's one I keep freaking to watch. It's never on anything I have, and when it's on there, I always... Okay, I'll let you play the game. No, you're fine. It's actually a fun conversation. I don't always have people to talk to movies about. Yeah, it's kind of big. Let me see if I can make it a little bit smaller. I will try to reactivate my Discord. I will try. But they ask for my government photos. I'm burning down the servers. Yes, you will. If I can get it to work, you will learn the glory of Shudder. some of the weirdest and most obscure movies over there. Like there's one I just watched the other week called Cannibal Mukbang. It is exactly what you think it is, but it's not at all. But of course, this way. We step into the maw of the gallery. You're Yes, dead meat. Yes. Shudder is the best for horror, right next to Tubi. The celebrations of power are almost over. Everyone is back to their usual respective styles again, looking weary for each other's company, trapped in their own little worlds. The art hole is nearly empty now, and Quadar is gently strong-arming the last remaining nobodies into leaving the premises. Eventually, only me and a selective few New York Camarilla VIPs remain. Carter Phantom. What the voice did I give this a-hole before? Scarabusey looking Miss. Was it? I give him a stereotypical German voice, I think. But he's supposed to be like a New Yorker for generations. Miss Lewinsky. Barely made it, huh? I'm not being offensive to somebody. I'm sorry. The asshole with the glued-on smile spots me first, and he just as authentically enthusiastic to see me as ever. So he finally showed me his face around here. I wasn't sure if you'd join us tonight. Quadar made this meeting sound like an one-man show. That Sawinski, not Lewinsky. Sawinski, not Lewinsky. Sorry. My brain farted for a second. Okay. The preparations took me a bit longer than I thought they would. I apologize. Oh, I need to go back real quick. I need to go check on Mama Hanya real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I had to help Mama Hanyo real quick for something. She can't. Well, she could get up. I just want to make sure she was okay before I got too late. Okay. What is his voice again? The anime say, "Are you by chance planning to surprise us with something?" Okay, I wasn't going for clown voice, but it kind of works with the Gary Busey looking mug. Well, if I was playing something, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you now, would it? Can I have everyone's attention? Everyone remaining in the building gathers around Kodar. Ah, exciting. Catherine. Hey, Catherine! This really cool, important character that came from the very beginning of the game and never showed her face throughout the rest of the novel. Hi, Catherine. Is everyone present? Present and accounted for. My prince. Yes, before we begin, let me welcome an unusual guest to our fold. She gestures toward a corner from behind which emerges a silhouette that would have never, ever appeared here under normal circumstances. Name's Taruk. I'm the Baron of the Bronx. I was delayed here by my compatriots, as an oversight authority. I'm here to observe the results of the investigation. Nothing more, nothing less. Let me stress this one last time. This is a one-time occurrence, meant to alleviate the tension in the city. Not a symbol of mutual recognition. Not in the slightest. I peek at Addison's face to get a feel for how a hard-lying loyalist might grapple with this arrangement. His expression betrays no surprise, only at slight discomfort. Even if he is fine with it, the prince must have been extremely convincing about the necessity of a temporary truce, or about some Machiavellian tactic she's got ready up her sleeve. Who knows? Of course, we might have inconceivable differences, but there are times they have to be temporarily put aside in order to quell unrest and open paths for constructive, meaningful change. If anyone would like to voice their concerns, the time is now. Taruk, Artorio, and Panhard exchange glances. Normally I consider an innocent gesture. Knowing what I know, I roll my eyes. A stick or a carrot, Taruk? What made you break and sell your compatriots? How much do you really know? If not, Kodar, may I? The fuck was that? The game just made a coffee noise? I don't think I heard that before. Okay, that's actually kind of not creepy, but okay. He steps into the middle of the room and clears his throat theatrically. First, let me plainly state that the conclusion I'm going to present is by no means my own achievement. It is a result of a tireless investigation conducted by talented kindred I won't name here. A telling glance in Taruk's direction serves as a succinct explanation for why he refuses to call them by their name. And of course, Julia Zwinski, whose ceaseless groundwork over the past few nights served as a foundation for the findings that are about to be revealed here. Thank you, Julia. It's not the first time he set out to oversell my achievements. As the sheriff, my role here is mostly representative. I spent the last few days overseeing the celebrations in Elysium, making sure no harm will befall anyone present. Luckily, none did. Looks like the prince's decision to move forward with the event was correct one. And for that, we should send our thanks to Kodar. And let us not overlook our guests to a degree. I managed to convince my key allies that diplomatic action is the only way forward in this case. No matter how wrong-headed the enemy can be, we still need avenues to negotiate and communicate. I'm curious how Tamika will react to him, looking like a corporate bastard, deciding the future order, diminishing potential for change that lies in unrest. No wonder she dumped him. Spare us the empty pleasantries and let Kodara move on. I don't have all night for this. Right. I'll be concise. Douglas, boss Callahan's remains were found in his office by one of his ghouls first thing in the evening. The first kindred to confirm it was another Anarch Baron, Taruk, present here. A mystery book author would refer to the circumstances of Callahan's death as a classic closed room mystery. The metal door, locked from inside, served as the sole way in. There was no murder weapon, no useful testimonies, and the evidence was, how do I put it, barely circumstantial at best. Ah, that's a cool, I like that look. Makes Godard look more thinner though than I thought he would be. I thought he was a little bit more muscular. What was left for us was one hell of a puzzle. One where the answer couldn't even be approached using the tired and tested question. Kyubono? We were presented with a poorly timed power upheaval. A tense situation where a long-planned celebration was in danger. Suddenly, all of us were faced with an uncertain future. Everybody benefited, yet nobody did. No one was especially fond of Callahan, but it's not like anyone seemed particularly keen on removing him from the equation, especially at this time. For a moment, we were sure this was the beginning of an offense to the part of the Camarilla. We started wondering just how violent our relationship should be. And as for us, we were momentarily convinced that the Anarchs were plotting to blame us for their own internal power struggles. A tense situation resolved only thanks to the skillful and swift diplomacy. Dare I say, yet another victory for our talented prince. This bitch did not do one fucking thing. Julia made sure to examine all the contact Callahan might have had in the last days, in both sects. Her efforts were tireless, and only rarely misguided. He just had to spit out at least one biting remark, didn't he? Ah, well, he's probably just covering his ass. But as exhaustive as they might have been, they only served to muddle the possibilities, not explain them. Callahan had a lot of enemies, but they were the most infuriating kind of enemies one can have. Folks who barely ever thought of him anymore. In other words, no one really had a particular interest in getting rid of him, because they could always simply work their way around him. Just before last Christmas, he even witnessed the first ever successful First Light raid against his extremely profitable blood trade supply lines. The lone ace up his sleeve, a downright shady ability to perfectly maneuver around all SI activities, gone. Callahan's decline was apparent to all, and a domino effect made his empire slowly crumble. Up until recently, he has done an admirable job keeping up with the times and getting away with murder, but suddenly all of prison spotlights were on him. The recent stories we hear about him, all despite a depressed, downright maniac recluse lashing out at everyone, struggling and utterly failing to fit into the new reality he found himself in. A closed room, no evidence of struggle, a lack of strong whodunits, the corpses being found in the very early evening hours. The conclusion is simple. Callahan's final death was self-inflicted. Suicide, to put in the simple terms. Huh? Silence has filled the room. So, wow. That really is the angle they'll be pushing, isn't it? Let's hear it, Sheriff. I will explain. It was an independent detective who first set me on this theory, only last night. There is no suicide note of any kind, of course, but the message our recently departed has sent might not have necessarily been a verbal one. The peculiar thing was the position of the body. It was like an arrow pointing at us to notice something. It appears the last thing Callahan saw in his unlife was a portrait of the Lord Callistra, the second Marquis of Londonderry, which is coincidentally where Callahan was born. To most, he was revealed traitor, a heartless suppressor of all dissents, the main threat against each rebellion the Irish have gone through, successful in all ways but those that matter in his people. Some call him a tragic figure, holding together selfish allies against a common threat, always fighting for painful and unpopular compromises, ruined by overwork, sickness, and poor public speaking skills. Not hard to see why Douglas Callahan would empathize. Polite snicker. Indeed. Especially when you realize that the sickness in his blood, his failures, the hatred from his own people, and a growing paranoia led him to commit a traumatic suicide within his own four walls. Ah, I see. The assumption is, instead of stabbing himself to death with a knife or a pen, he decided to let the sun embrace him in its warmth. Callistra's face burning into his eyes. A poetic, final death. It's not closure we might have wanted, but probably the best explanation of his motivation that we are going to see. Does everyone follow? A heavy silence fills the room. Nobody speaks up, except Prince Panhard. To me, it's all perfectly understandable, agreeable, and most importantly, it fits the man I've come to understand over the last 2 decades. Consentiment murmurs resonate through the room. Agreed. And might I add, there were some irregularities in the handling of the crime scene, but the anarch leaders' findings suggested Callahan's resentful ghouls were to blame. Folks have been really happy to see him dead, is all I'm saying. And they went overboard with the celebrations. They've all been interrogated though. Yes, I have received all the resulting intel, and it's done nothing to change my mind. Their depictions of Callahan's state of mind only serve to support the suicide theory. And as my suggestion, that we will announce these findings to our representative communities first thing tomorrow night. Sounds reasonable, and I think that concludes this meeting. I'll let the Keeper of the Elysium do the honors. No time wasted. Huh. All right. Does anyone have anything to add? Any questions to ask? Take your time. And look at everyone just sitting in our perfect agreement. Congrats, everyone. Congrats, us. We've achieved a perfect victory. No loose ends, no rocking the boat, no nothing. Makes you wanna puke. How many of them contributed to this final report? How strongly does Kodar believe the shit running from his mouth? He's always been a Camarilla loyalist, a fanatic even, but... Miss Julia, any final statements? This is it. Now or never. If anyone can blow this pathetic charade wide open, it's me. But there's no coming back from this road, and it has a cost. I spent all my life and unlife on social climbing, and the sunken cost fallacy is kicking in. Challenging them here might be my only way of ever making it out of the pit I'm in. On the other hand, maybe this is my time to head into the unknown. Kill my ego, at least temporarily. Shut up the voice of the elders screaming in my head. Betray my La Sombra instincts. Make all of these ghosts go away and figure out something new, no matter how scary it might be. Do I dare? Or maybe I don't. I feel like there's an incredible prize to be won, waiting right in front of me. If I just dare to take out this revolver with a single bullet I have hidden on me. And invite everyone here for a crazy game, a Russian roulette. But I also get this foreboding gangster movie feeling. Like, this is a scene where the future mobster could have gotten out, but he didn't. In the end, did Calhoun think all the splendor of the golden era was worth this pathetic end? It's like there are two cells battling for dominance inside of me. One of them has to die. The other gets to live. Honestly, it's a flip of the coin. I reflected on all the kindred I've met, lessons I've learned, choices I made over these past few nights to make a decision. And then, feeling like I am simply following the way I conducted this investigation to its logical conclusion, I respond. Actually, I do. It's like the beast itself flashed in Kodar's eye for a brief moment. No, you don't. But I do, Miss Sawinski. Don't make a scene. Believe me, every one of you will really regret if they don't listen to what I have to say. Will we now? Oh, absolutely. I stand up and sit right in front of Kadar. Wait. Do we not get a choice? Do we not get a choice? If we get to blow the whistle or not? How's it going? The beast, a bottomless pit of savagery and hunger, always under the surface, begging me to lose control. All vampires have it, some worse than others, and it comes in many flavors. I don't know what would happen if I gave in to this urge, but somehow I don't like it. I doubt I like it. Oh, or just has to be the traits. Julia's traits, loyal only to myself, glass half empty, little abuse of power, never hurt anybody. Honesty is the best policy. The ends justify the means. Oh, are these the traits they kept telling me about? Are these the traits that the game will make the ending decision for me? That's bullshit. That's actually kind of cool. I played the game, so now they're gonna give me the ending I technically made. That's kind of cool, but also kind of bullshit. Don't get me wrong, Kodar has done a spectacular job of selling you a ready-made narrative to package and export to the outside world. Hail to the sheriff and all that. But was this little show really necessary? Do you all really need to hype each other up to believe this fairy tale? And what are you getting at, little girl? Easy for now, my prince. Insult me all you want. It's only going to make it all the sweeter when this little girl kicks your ass. I'm getting at the fact that there is a different, more reasonable theory that explains everything. Everything. To a T. That's great for you, sweetheart, but do I really need to stay here and listen to it? The door is right there, but on the off chance you get implicated in something tonight, don't you want the chance to defend yourself? And what are the chances of me being implicated in anything tonight? I'm pretty sure a lot of kindred in this room are asking themselves the same question right now. In each case, my answer is the same. You won't find out unless you stay right. Excuse me? You won't find out unless you stay right where you are. She stays. Alright, where was I? Let's assume that the cause of Boss Callahan's death really was suicide. Our man said, fuck everything, and opened the window shutters. Let the break of dawn take care of all his problems. Now let's assume that he really meant to send a message using that portrait of Laura Callistra. Sounds dramatic, but sure, let's go with it. But it is commonly understood that Callistra was pushed into taking his own life as a result of a conspiracy against him. Needless to say, his biggest fan wouldn't miss that detail. According to historians, the man's last words imply that some powerful people faced him with a choice. Denunication or death, which for ambitious politicians is not a choice at all. So if you're claiming that Callahan left us a hint, it's a troubling hint, don't you think? Oh, the prince. She definitely did something. What are you? Enough. We're not dealing in conspiracy theories here. Of course you're not. I mean, a conspiracy theory backed by the elites is no longer called such. It's propaganda. Is there a point to this little show you're putting on, Miss Swinsky? Other than digging yourself into a deeper and deeper metaphorical hole. Oh, Mr. Arturo, you're still trying to tell yourself it's me who's in trouble and not you. Aw, that's adorable. Listen, you. No, you listen. He freezes in shock, definitely not used to being resistance. I don't blame you for peddling propaganda. You're politicians. That's what you do. I'm just laughing at you for coming up with shitty, poorly convinced propaganda. So, will someone stop her, or... Mr. Addison, Payne, you're the architect behind the local Carmelia's urgent speeches and general political narratives. Be honest, does this shit show really meet your standards? We stare into each other's eyes, unblinking, slowly feeling each other out. Eventually, with a barely audible snigger, he whispers to his servant. How do I put this? I'm always open to a better pitch. That's all I wanted to hear. All I'm asking for now is a little patience. That I can spare. Oh, for goodness sake, Addison. Come on, man. You can't possibly. Silence. I said what I said. Now let her talk. Thank you. I'm starting to have fun with this. Or more like I'm feeling that weird rush reminding me of the first time I managed to ride a bike. The important thing is to keep up the momentum. Focus on the pedaling hard. Don't even think of falling. You thought you had it all figured out, didn't you? An importantly handed murder scene, a disposable investigator forced to blindly stumble around, hopelessly chasing loose ends. Your only problem is that tonight I realized I was using the wrong tools all along. Instead of a sleuth magnifying glass, I only needed a journalist pen. So I sat down tonight and wrote my first article in almost a year. 2 hours of ceaseless writing, creative juices flowing the entire time. Everything miraculously falling into place. And frankly, I think it's my masterpiece. I get carried away and jump on one of the benches. Oh girl, you're pushing your fucking luck. They're gonna stake your ass. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You want to hear the contents I know you're all dying to hear the contents, so okay, let's hear the contents. Asling Sturbridge, High Regent of the Chanti of the Five Boroughs, finally splinting with her students after he discovered her plans for horrifying experiments with blood magic. Her target? Byron Callahan, said student, conveniently missing. We've got an exclusive source too. Agathon, the Warlock's personal diary. Extra, extra, read all about it. She's trying to hide that she's nervous, but she's practically shaking. I should be the one shaking. I'm piecing together what little solid or rarely solid intel I have, gluing it together into something coherent with educated assumptions and pure conjecture. But at least I'm fairly sure she recognizes me as a threat now. Just what I was hoping for. Next up, is it true that Torque, the brave Anarch Baron, primed to be the next de facto leader of the sect in NYC, might have been manipulating his entire faction to secure the position? This appeasant appearance. God, I hate that I can't read sometimes. The candidate convinced his key allies that the revolution is not an option at the moment, appearing as a reasonable alternative to his bloodthirsty rivals. His ace in the hole was a strangely efficient ability to establish diplomatic channels with the Carmelia, which he then used to gain a series of small concessions from the NYC court. Could it be that Prince Bonhart, having realized that her longtime collaborator, Baron Callahan, was just an undesirable asset from a different, more 2020 candidate to the leader of the Anarchs? Extra, extra, read all about it. This one's not shaking. She's just angry. And this one just seems confused. And what about the fact that Turk, Helen Panhard, Thomas Arturo, Carter van der Linden, and Alcing Sturbridge were all assumed to be Callahan's office right before his death? Could it be the so-called boss employed some final desperate measures to stop his downward spiral into irrelevance, at which point a rushed plan to bring on his demise was executed? Could it be that Kaiser, the legendary New York City info broker, striking deals left and right with both the Camarilla and the Anarchs, wiretapped Callahan's office to eavesdrop on those negotiations? Extra, extra, read all about it. You could cut the atmosphere here with a knife, and it's only getting worse. For them, at least, I feel better than I have felt in years. And the fact that nobody is protesting probably means I'm hitting the nail on the head. Could it be that for the entire 21st century, the conflict between the New York State Camarilla and Anarchs was a sham? What if the Second Inquisition operations in the city were consulted with the leaders of the two sects? How deep does the rot of the corruption go? And what about Sophie Langley's disappearance? Attempts on the unlives of would-be members of a courtier she attempted to set up alongside her ward last year. Could all these things be connected? And that's just a tip of the iceberg. Stay tuned, dear readers. Heavy silence befalls the room. When it's too overbearing, Kodar breaks it by hawking loudly, his poker face indecipherable. And where, pray tell, can one read all about it tomorrow? 10 different places. Among them, of course, a report received by Clan La Sombra's elders in Chicago. Constantly mixing truths with lies. I do know some facts. I did write something. But all in all, is a confidence grift plan. Grift. Plain and simple. Have you sent it out already? No. And Father Leonard is not the channel I use to reach Chicago. In case you were wondering, I took every possible precaution the way you taught me. I know this hurts him, but I can't show a single weakness right now. Oh, this is ridiculous. She's probably bluffing. No. She knows, Thomas. I'll sing. How can you be certain? I just am. That diary probably just saved my ass. Thank you, Ekathon. I guess. Even if I was bluffing, it's all about the optics. You nominate a special investigator, then the moment she presents her findings, you do what? Subjugate her? Get rid of her? How do you get out of this? I get it. You gave me that role, that little, because you were counting on me remaining the same shitty, useless nobody I was ever since I started working for the court. But funny how that works, isn't it? A week ago, nobody would give a shit about what I had to say. Now I'm a grave threat to this entire Illuminati New World Order arrangement you've got going on. I still maintain you can't possibly know and approve all the claims you've listed. There's just no way. I know I checked. First off, stop bullshitting. You don't know that for sure. Secondly, even if you're right, so what? I got leverage now. Because of my journalistic past, you gave me a detective title that wasn't worth a rat's ass in doing detective work. But ironically, it gave me the opportunity to do the best reporting I ever done. And it doesn't even matter if it contains more facts than your official narrative. And you know why? Because the story I offer makes infinitely more sense. Morally, emotionally, metaphysically, however you name it, is a far hotter commodity than the low-rent bullshit you peddle. People nowadays buy into barely coherent crap like 5G and QAnon. Once you get a hold of my perfectly logical story and see you don't really have anything to counter it, you'll be fucked. Hell, the very fact none of you have denied any of my allegations yet speaks volumes, doesn't it? I can feel the rage. I can feel the rage. It's just a picture, but I can feel the hatred. The prince is absolutely furious that she's not in charge, visibly scrambling to figure out some counter offense. Why would anybody listen to you? You made that story of yours sound completely unrespectable, like tabloid garbage. Tabloid would be fine. Just means it would reach more folks. Got her. What? What do you want? Now we're talking. A primogene position for Clan Lansombra, and a number of privileges befitting the title. We can negotiate the details, but a nice apartment in downtown Manhattan is a must. Dreaming big, are we? What could you even bring to the fold as primogene? I turn away from her to speak to the manager. Mr. Payne? Yes. As you can see, we've all found ourselves in quite a mess here. Indeed, to say the least. If I find us a way out, will you form a professional relationship with me and back the decision to make me primogene? The figure in the wheelchair lets out a sarcastic laugh, sounding like the final wheeze of a dying man. You really are swinging for the fences, aren't you, child? I'm not suicidal. Most of the time, at least. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have my sights set sky high. I understand. So how do you propose we solve this little predicament? Easy. We give the masses an even better story than the one I just suggested. One that benefits nearly all the parties in this room. Alright then. Thanks to your moxie, you secure yourself my tender support, child. Let's hear it. Thank you very much. Okay then. During my investigation, I discovered some interesting intel about a certain individual. Praise be to Kaiser's abandoned limousine. Said individual will definitely prefer his behind-the-scenes dealings to remain unknown. For the last 20 years, he's been an on-and-off mediator between the different parties in the city. He prides himself on his diplomatic skills. Interestingly enough, though, one of his main motivations was selling intel about both the Camarilla and the Anarchs to any party that might be interested. Usually that meant Kaiser. With a reasonable degree of certainty, he can be held responsible for a few recent failed Camarilla operations that weakened Helen Panhar's position. He dreams of being a prince, you see. I can already see him awkwardly shifting his weight. Recently, he attained control over an IT company called Double Spiral, which he uses to influence NYC kind in ways that further his agenda and weaken his political enemies. He also operates the most powerful law firm in the city. He uses both of these tools so that he can manipulate the mortals to slowly tie a noose around anarch leaders and court members who he wants gone. I'm talking, of course, about Carter Vanderleden. A split second, all eyes in the room are set on him. Oh, fuck! People, whatever she throws at me, I'm sure I can explain. Through a file I recover from Kaiser's limo at the bench. Are you sure? Because there's a hell of a lot to explain. Addison's servants pick up the file so that his master can browse through it. If that's not enough, I'm sure Double Spiral will be happy to deliver us more. So, all the things you said the other night were a seeming pile of bullshit, Carter. Addison, we are friends. There's a good explanation for every single thing that's listed here. I swear on my father's grave. Even if there is, I doubt you can justify allowing a girl who's little more than a fledgling ripping your credibility to shreds in a matter of seconds. You've proven yourself as something infinitely worse than a traitor, Carter. You're a weak traitor. Thomas! Helen! Don't you even dare speak to me, you bastard. That was the last element of my strategy. I hope they won't throw any curveballs my way, because from now on, it's all pure improvisation. Just 2 minutes ago, I was the #1 enemy of everyone in this room. Now I'm their unexpected ally, reveling a common foe that some people in this room have wanted to nail since forever. All I'm saying is, we've got ourselves a perfect scapegoat to pin everything on shady dealings between both sects, all real conspiracies he was involved in, and possibly perfect looks in history. The Schaffendu accompanying his fall will be enough to keep some kindred in this city happy for years. He shoots me a determined look, one I assume is typically reserved for a future strangling victim. You can't do this to me. And why is that? You are incompetent. Wow, really? We're incompetent? This little fledgling who's so incompetent. She took away, she got all this down in a week. You fucking brain dead idiot. That's the best you can do? Seriously. Quadir, Yes, my prince. Seize him. No, I beg you. No. You can't come with me without struggling, or in torpor, as usual, is 3 strikes with me, then you're gone. No. Hello, Cox. Hello. We're here for the finale of Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. And I'm pretty sure it's hopefully a good finale because my throat is starting to hurt. He talks a lot, but puts up minimal resistance. Godard drags him out of the room, and that's the last I ever see of him. For a good minute, everyone just stands there, confused. Then, Addison begins to clap. Bravo, Miss Sawinski. I haven't seen such an adventurous power play in many years. Maybe your generation is not all lost after all. Does that mean I can count on your support? Of course. As far as I'm concerned, you're the kind of ruthless primogene the city needs. Especially now, when one seat will probably be made vacant. So, what do you say, my prince? Panhard recoils a little when she hears me refer to her in such an official manner. My relationship with Addison is decades-long conflict, and by now I know which hills I'm willing to die on. This is not one of them. Rejoice, girl. You're going to get what you want, as well as deserve. We do have one important condition, though. Of course you do. Mr. Payne, I'm sure you'll agree, being primogene is an important representative position. It demands nothing but a display of impeccable respect for the masquerade and the traditions. Of course. Of course. It is my concern that it wouldn't be proper for us to be represented by someone who openly violated the rules of kindred society. Little bitch, look a bitch, making up rules, little bitch. But of course, that wouldn't do at all. They have to openly renounce their old ways at the very least. Indeed. And I think that in the case of Miss Sawinski, who have lived with a mortal under a single roof for a long time, the best course of action would be to renounce her and give her up to our sheriff. And that kind of gesture would prove the new primogene's dedication to the court beyond any reasonable. Fuck! They want us to sell our ex. They want us to give them Dakota. Oh shit. Yes, I definitely agree. Her ambition and pride are admirable, but it would be prudent for us to demand a display of humility as well. Sadistic fucks. My thoughts exactly. Well, then, your answer, Miss Sawinski. What's so funny, Miss Sawinski? I see it in your eyes, Arturo. You naive fool. You think you're so goddamn clever. You imbecile. You buffoon. You think I would have gotten this far if I didn't think it all through? There's only one response. I agree. Do what you must. We gave her up. Is that easy? Is that easy? No internal struggle? I mean, no, she was kind of a, no single white femaling us, but God, I mean, she was your partner. She was your lover, your girl for like a year or more. He's speechless. He thought he had me pinned, and I simply responded with a checkmate. Guess that solves our problem, then. Let's head out for now. It's been an exhausting evening, and dawn is nearing. Yes. Let's just do that. He walks Pain out, looking unstrung and defeated. Soon after, Quadar was ordered to take care of Dakota. He asked me if I want to know what was done to her. Look, oh fuck, we traded up. That's not a cigar. That's not a cigarette, that's a goddamn cigar. Missing Dakota. Have you seen this person? Please call. My reply was honest. Not really interested. No. He said that I gotten myself into a terrible game, the rules of which defy comprehension. I reply that I am winning and climbing upward. I must be doing something right. Oh shit! Let's go back to this, cause so I need to check my phone real quick. I need to check this. I didn't do my Duolingo today. I don't want to lose my streak. Make sure it's saved. All right, so let's go over the traits we picked for ourselves. Loyal only to myself. Glass half empty. A little abuse of power never hurt nobody. Honesty is the best policy. The ends justify the means. Yeah, I guess I made her a selfish, power-hungry person. Still, we don't talk too much these days, beyond professional interactions. I have a much bigger world to think about now, one that fills me with happiness. Come to think of it, my current state reminds me of those few halcyon days right after my embrace. It might not last, but at this point I have to ask myself, what does? Is always about the next bigger rush. I'm writing speeches in official communications for NYC Camarilla these days, helping out Pain from time to time. Too funny, I never felt more accomplished, more fulfilled as a journalist than I am now. Karen is visiting in a few days to congratulate me on the behalf of the entire Chicago-based clan. Apparently, I've not only met her expectations, but exceeded them. She keeps bragging to everyone about how great her eye was in picking me. It's only these shadows that keep getting to me. I notice them everywhere these nights, and there are more and more of them surrounding me as time goes on. But it doesn't matter. Congratulations, you have achieved victory. Good, we got the good ending? Wait, this is the good ending? I'll look at the trophies in a second. I like to think they are being cast because my future looks so bright. That's the end. That's the end of the game. That is the end of the game. Let's skip this. Do we get anything after the end credits? Probably not. I don't think we did for the first for Cortez of New York. Hurry up and fucking loud! Fucking loud! Loud! Just credits, settings. All right, so that's the end of Shadows of New York. So let's look at this real quick. Accidental PI, put your journalist investigative background to good use, get acquired the realities of your own life. Okay, what trophies did we not get? Bad ending. You have chosen to forfeit the game. Wait, what's the bad ending? Didn't I already get the bad ending? Because the first time I played it, I did something stupid and our maker killed us. Hidden trophy. What's the hidden trophy? The moon and the sun. How do you get it? What's hidden trophy? Fuck that. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Shadows of New York. Hidden trophy. Yeah, it's not giving me a direct answer. I gotta do some more information. God! Okay. But I wonder if this is worth a replay. Because there's not many different altering arcs in this version. Because when we play on this one, you get to play, like, you get to pick, there's like 3 different characters you get to play as. There's a lot more alternative routes you can dive into. Wait, where's my trophies on this one? Out of curiosity. 6 out of 12. Convince Agathon to cooperate with you. Okay, so I do need to play this one more time because I am doing my second playthrough on this, which is almost done. So I need to do my third playthrough. When I do it, will be with Agathon and the blood people, the blood magic people. I need to do D'Angelo's quest too. And trophy, hidden trophy. Damned if you do. Rage against your fate and complete the game with any character. Complete the game with all 3 characters. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, I can probably goal this soon. All right, so we finished another Vampire the Masquerade game. Not sure. Should I replay this again by myself? I don't want to play this again online. No, let's just delete. We'll play that again sometime in the future. All right, so what do I have on schedule for tomorrow? I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow. Well, nothing else. Like I do need to do some work. Tomorrow, I do not have nothing planned for tomorrow. So what should we do tomorrow for game-wise? Should we go back to Resident Evil? Because we do need to finish that game. We just started it like 2 weeks ago. Never haven't touched it again. Should I start the new one? Should we finish this one? Because we started chapter 2 like a long time ago. We never finished playing it. Oh, I have this pulled up too. I forgot about this game. I'm not sure if I want to play this on stream. Maybe not. The PlayStation Store. How I used to love this store. I fucking hate it now. Oh shit. I really want to get this. But with how PlayStation is acting right now, I want to say fuck them. Because they don't deserve my money. They're going to use this as like a thing like, see, people want digital, blah, blah, blah. Look at our digital sales. We're definitely going to fuck you over when the PS6 comes out. And we're going full on digital. Fuck you. I mean, I'm being a little bit facetious, I guess you could say. I mean, will I get the PlayStation 6? Oh, dinosaur! Oh, cute dinosaurs. I love that. Like, will I get the PlayStation 6? More than likely, yes. But it's only going to be like for certain games, like God of War 7, or like God of War 7 or Infamous remake. I'm not getting the PS6 just to have it and to be my main console. Going forward, around like guessing December, I'm going to try to build my own I'm either going to build my own PC or I'm going to get the Steam machine. It's either going to be one of those two, and that's what I'm going to be gaming on for most of the time. I mean, I'm going to get Wolverine, but I'm getting the physical copy. I'm getting the physical copy because I want to own the game. When God of War Lafe comes out, I'm going to get that. And get the physical copy. But it's just nice, yeah. It's just so sad because I grew up on PlayStation. PlayStation was my console. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how old I was, but I remember getting the PlayStation 1 back when I was a little demon. The PlayStation 2 was like my favorite thing of all time. I did have an Xbox. I did have a Wii and a Nintendo DS, but I wanted my PlayStation. PlayStation was the shit for me. I've been a PlayStation fanboy my whole life, and to see them being openly greedy like this, it hurts. It hurts. I mean, I know their company. I'm not that delusional, but it still hurts. It still hurts. Yeah, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'm going on this emotional rant. Let's look what we have here. Okay, so we might start the new vampire game. I think this is technically the second one, the third one, the third of the newer games. So I'll play this one next. Oh, Yakuza 0. I really want to play Yakuza 0. My buddy got that for me a while ago, and I've been wanting to play it on stream, but I just keep I keep pushing it off. Not for any particular reason, just keeps happening. What else can we do? Definitely need to finish this, so we'll probably jump on that. Ooh, Corpse Party is another one I've been wanting to play. This is gonna be a perfect Halloween game, but I'm going to be gone for most of my time during Halloween. I'm gonna be out of town for work, so I won't be able to stream. I might be able to stream, depending on if I have a roommate or not. I probably will have a roommate. But if I don't have a roommate, I probably could stream by like stuff I already have on the computer. Zenless Zone Zero. This is another game I just downloaded. It's never played, and I think this is the fourth game of the newer games. So this one will be after the last one down there. Stellar Blade. I didn't finish Stellar Blade. I got stuck on the last enemy. We never beat it. The next one looks so good, but apparently they're using AI in it, or at least the creators are very into AI. So I'm probably not gonna get the next one. I mean, because I know they did like an AI music video, which, I hate that. I mean, I had conversations with someone else like this earlier. Not earlier, but weeks ago, about ethical AI use. I mean, I don't want to be that grandpa. It's like, you can never use AI. Like, no, of course you should. There are times and places to use AI, but using it for artistic reasons, I don't like that. I don't like that. I want an AI that's going to make my house work better. I want an AI that's going to make my videos render faster. I don't want you making art with prompts. And if you are doing that, which Keep it private. Don't share that with people. Silent Hill F. It's funny. We actually did play this on stream, but I never finished it with you guys. But I know this game is kind of like it's like Higurashi, because the person who wrote Higurashi did this game. So you got to replay it a couple times to get the true good ending. So I'm not sure we'll do like a full-on new series of streaming this or not. I kind of want to. Silent Hill 2, we just got that. Not sure when we'll start that one. Pragmata, finally got that. Mouse PI. Ooh. Life is Strange 3. Another cool game that I didn't finish, which the sequel is apparently supposed to have a lot of AI in it, so no Life is P for me. Yes, I have the Hogwarts game. I got it for my little nephew. Don't judge me. I got it for cheap on sale. Don't cancel me for it. Please don't cancel me. Cyberpunk, Cult of Lamb. I have a lot of things we just need to play. This is just the stuff on my console, so this isn't like my whole my digital library. Because like I said, I'm not against having digital libraries, because that's what all Steam is. But I want the option to have the digital library. I waited months to get Pragmata on disc because I figured it'd be the better thing for me. And I'm glad I got it on disc. Aiming for Mouse PI. Glad I got it on disc. Is it? Ooh, I love that. Fortnite. You know, Fortnite, I don't really care about the game. I do have some things I purchased with it, so I'm gonna see if I can move that to my PC, which I doubt we'll ever really play that on here, but I just want the option to play it. I know some of these I got with the PS Plus thing, which I canceled, so some of these games we can even play. Because 9 out of 10, I normally add everything to my library as part of the PS thing. See, it's locked. I can't have that anymore. Which I probably won't ever reactivate that. If I ever reactivate it, it'll probably be long after 2029. Is it here? Marvel Rivals? I'm just going through my stuff now. We're not even doing anything fun. Oh, I forgot I got this one. This is it's supposed to be a cute Yuri visual novel. A Yuri mystery novel. Oh, two blondes hugging Kit. That's gonna be cute. Genshin. Friday the 13th. They're supposed to be making new Friday the 13th games sometime soon, which I hope they do, and I hope it's kind of like the new Halloween game where there will be narrative sections, because I like these kind of games where you can play with other people sometimes, but most of the time I want to play a narrative by myself. So I hope whenever they do this game again, they offer levels and campaigns that's just story based. You don't need to constantly be online to play. Oh, Slender the Arrival. This is another game I need to finish playing. I mean full game. I got the full game. No, fuck that. I'm pretty sure I had the full game. Rayman Legends. Oh, remember Charon? Oh, damn, I never finished playing this game with you guys. I just got stuck and forgot about it. I wonder if I can finish that. Only if I get to pick up where I last was. I'm not sure if I want to redo the whole game. I mean, it was fun, but it was also migraine inducing with the challenges. Not that I don't want to be challenged in my games. Also, I just want to have fun. Oh, Tale of Arise. This is another game I meant to play. Just never got to it. Because I remember Kiara from Hololive. She did like a whole not marketing for this game, right? It wasn't marketing, but she like she was part of the campaign for the game or something. Cooking Simulator. That'd be another fun game just to download and have on the system to play like whenever we do like random nights. Danganronpa. We need to finish Danganronpa. We did 1 and 2. I need to do the last couple games. Sims. Do I need internet to play The Sims? I can't remember. I cannot remember. I don't know. I have fun playing Sims, but also I don't know if I want to do The Sims again. Yes, I have Gal Gun. Do not judge me. It's dumb horny. It's dumb horny. I'm allowed to have dumb horny games. I'm a freak, but I hide it well. This is the demo? Why do I have the demo on here? Destiny. I guess I can't even play Destiny now because I don't have the online access. Fuck. Maybe I can somehow get that on my Steam. I need to see. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for now. I really have nothing else to do. Well, I need to finish putting up the food and clean up, wash myself. Why did I share that information with you guys? And probably either gonna stay up and edit for a bit, or watch a movie and then edit tomorrow. But it was a video I was gonna record tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. The channel hasn't. I haven't gained lots of good views on the channel on the YouTube side, so I don't know. I don't know. I want to commit a lot of time to doing another video if I know people aren't really gonna watch it. I mean, I want to do it for me, but I also want to feel like my hard work meant something. Is that bad? Is that bad to say? I feel like I'm jinxing myself by admitting that. Fuck it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you all for popping in, especially thank you, Victoria, and thank you, Cogs. I'm glad you show up. I always appreciate you, even you stay for a little bit. Time is a precious resources, and I'm glad you spent it all on me. Thank you for the great stream today. Thank you. Like I said, not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. Either something new, or Life is Strange, or something strange. All right. Everyone, y'all go get some sleep, or rest, or work, or dinner. I don't know. I don't know where you guys live. Okay, gonna go now. Bye-bye.